one important aspect that I want to highlight is that when a researcher or an academic group or a startup decides to develop an innovation into a clinically safe product, that they need to be aware that it's an entirely new stage that they're entering. And what I mean by that is that the period of constantly developing your innovation further, which comes with people working in the scientific field, that actually comes to an end. So they will have to make some hard decisions about what the product actually will look like, and not just continue to tweak the product to make it better, but really say, okay, this is the innovation as it is today. We're going to develop that into a final product. And then obviously in the back, they will see and identify improvements to that product. But when the business mindset, if you look at things like that, you say, okay, well, then this is the first generation. We're going to completely move to the entire trajectory. And then any improvements we will adopt in the later stage by making an improved product later on. I think that's a very important difference that they need to understand. And also one other important aspect is that when you make that decision, the product in itself becomes a small part of your long-term success. You also need to think about commercial scalability, but also the business side of things, the financial side of things. So, for example, someone might have a very well-developed technological product, but it might be so complex to manufacture that the final product may turn out to be very pricey, very costly. And that is something that you need to take into consideration, is that the economical aspect will also play an important role next to the scientific aspect. And then probably most important, the benefit to the patient. Some technologies might be very cool to work on, but if the benefit to the patient is not sufficient or even lacking, then those are hard questions that you need to dare to ask in the beginning. That is it really worthwhile to develop this innovation further? And then finally, one thing I want to add from our own experience is that when you start this next phase, the quality and the regulatory requirements are areas that are going to touch upon everything that you will be facing, whether it's the manufacturing side of things, but also the maintenance of equipment and the usability of equipment. And that is something that a lot of people are not aware of, that it's so broad and it touches on so many aspects of your business that you'll be starting and developing going forward.